Welcome to another exciting episode of the Modern Glam Home Podcast. Now, this is the podcast where we explore the fascinating world of interior design for the modern glam home. Now, I'm your host. My name is Candy, and some of you may know me from my DIY channel, which is DIY Design by CCW. Now, today we are diving into the luxurious realm of Hollywood glam interior design for a modern glam home. So if you're looking to add a touch of elegance and sophistication to your living space, this is the episode for you. Now, today we're going to explore all the key elements of Hollywood glam. We'll share some design tips from the professionals and some creative ideas to transform your home into a glamorous haven. So sit back, relax, grab that tea, coffee, or whatever it is that you're sipping on, and let's get started. Before we delve into the specifics, let's first understand what Hollywood glam interior design is all about. Now, this style is inspired by the golden age of Hollywood, where opulence, drama, and luxury were the epitome of elegance. Now, Hollywood glam interior design is also known as Hollywood Regency or Hollywood style. And it comes again, as I said, from that golden age of Hollywood in the 1930s and the 1940s. And really it takes its cues from the lavish and glamorous lifestyles of the movie stars and celebrities of that era. Now, this interior design style is really all about creating an elegant and sophisticated space that exudes glamour, drama, with a touch of elegance. Now, when you think about modern glam, which is similar to Hollywood glam, modern glam takes these classic elements and then infuses them with some contemporary sensibilities, thus creating a harmonious blend of timeless beauty and modern allure. Now, the focus lies on creating a space that not just feels glamorous, but is really comfortable and functional. So, some of the key elements of Hollywood glam interior design and some of the ways that you can achieve that iconic Hollywood glam look for your modern glam home is to consider these several key elements. Number one, luxurious fabrics. Now, we've talked about the fabrics on this podcast pretty much every week, but you want to opt for the fabrics such as velvet, satin, and silk for your upholstery and your drapery. Now, also rich textures like that will instantly add a sense of opulence to your space. Now, you also want to think about statement furniture. So choose pieces that have bold, elegant lines and intricate details, and don't shy away from those tufted sofas, the mirror coffee tables, and those ornate chairs. Now, if you're looking for places to purchase that statement furniture, please visit, if you would, my shopping vlog. I have a vlog that I do every week where I visit some of the local stores and shop for pieces, that maybe would fit in either a Hollywood glam or a modern glam home. But also visit your thrift shop. If you're looking for something from that era, maybe find yourself a nice sofa or some other kind of piece that you can reupholster if you're a DIYer and create the look that you want without breaking the bank. Now, just like you would with modern glam, you also want to add some of those metallic accents, such as your gold, your silver, your chrome. All of those finishes will add a touch of glamour. Don't skip by mirrored surfaces And as we've talked about in other episodes, chandeliers. Chandeliers will work wonders, and you can find them in various places without spending quite as much as you might think. I have some of them in my Amazon shop, but I will tell you that you can find them in places such as Home Depot, believe it or not. And some of them are really, really affordable. Also, when we speak of chandeliers, make sure that you play up that lighting, because lighting plays a pivotal role in Hollywood glam. You want to go for the dramatic and those ornate fixtures, because they are going to make that statement that you're looking for. Now, we did a couple of episodes back, we did an episode on Art Deco. And Art Deco and Hollywood glam and modern glam, they all play a part really in each other. And so Art Deco influences are really common in that Hollywood glam look. So if you want to, again, learn more about Art Deco, I have a blog on the blog website about it. And again, we did a podcast a couple of episodes back. But you want to look for, in general, geometric patterns, bold artwork, and sleek accessories. So again, those are just some of the general key elements. Now we're going to look into a little more detail and look at things such as the color palette, a little more detail on the materials, and things like that. All right, so let's talk about the color palette and the materials. The color palette is really a crucial aspect for any design style. But for Hollywood glam, especially when we think of it in a modern context, we recommend sticking to a few classic color schemes. Jewel tones, number one. That would be like your deep emerald greens, your sapphire blues, your regal purples. All of them evoke a sense of luxury and glamour. Now, also think about the neutral base, because you don't want to obviously overpower your space. Jewel tones are, those really strong colors, and we do have to balance them. So you want to use a neutral base, such as your cream, your beige, or your gray, and then that will balance those rich jewel tones and also the metallic accents that you're going to add as well. Now, again, we mentioned the metallic accents, but mirrored and glass surfaces, you're going to want to include them in your Hollywood glam or your modern glam home. So you want to incorporate mirrors and glass elements, because number one, they're going to reflect light and give you that illusion of more space. But they really do play a significant role in the style, and you can consider, like I said, mirrored furniture, but also think about maybe wall mirrors or mirrored tabletops, or mirrored accents like decorative trays or vases or things like that. Again, anything that you can do there to pull in that reflective element will help to add that extra edge of glamour that you're looking for your Hollywood glam / modern glam home. Now that we've covered the essentials, let's explore some creative ideas to help bring Hollywood glam into our modern glam homes. Tip number one would be to mix old and new. Now, we touched on that in the previous segment, but you want to blend your vintage Hollywood pieces with your modern furniture and accessories. Now, this combination will create a visually interesting and an eclectic space, but also really allow you to seamlessly incorporate these two glamorous design styles. Now, you may not have thought about it, but you can create a Hollywood-inspired bar area. Now, if you have the space, Design a glamorous bar area with mirrored shelves, but if you don't have the space for that, then try a statement bar cart. Anywhere like that where you can display some of your impressive fine glassware just would help you to bring in some of those glamorous elements and would really be beautiful in a Hollywood glam home decor, or if you were looking to recreate rather a Hollywood glam design in your home. Don't forget your bedroom. Now that luxurious bedroom retreat, not only would it be fun to decorate, but transforming your bedroom into a serene retreat will give you a wonderful place to relax and refresh. And you can do that with maybe bringing in a plush upholstered headboard. And if you're a DIYer like I am, that's something that maybe you could make yourself. Also bring in that soft bedding, bring in the color palette that we talked about. And back to the soft bedding, the satin, the silks, maybe, some beautiful faux fur throw on the bed would help to bring in that element. Now, with the color palette again, you want to work with those neutral bases. Bring in some of those metallic accents into the bedroom, but also don't forget about bringing in that elegant bedside lighting, to add a little drama, a little flair. And if you can do it, hang a chandelier or, some sort of beautiful lighting to incorporate into that room and really add, or I should say, really up the glam factor. Now, another area that would be fun to decorate would be a Hollywood glam style office. Doesn't that sound like fun? You can create a stylish workspace by bringing in maybe a classic writing desk or a luxurious leather chair or two, and some vintage inspired decor. Some of those posters that we talked about, the Hollywood glam posters, just all kinds of fun ideas are popping into my head. But we're going to do an entire segment in the future on creating that Hollywood glam office. Now, just a few more budget-friendly tips to help you, pull your space together. You really don't need a blockbuster budget to achieve the Hollywood glam look that you're hoping to achieve in your modern glam home. And here are just a few budget-friendly tips that I hope will help. First of all, we've mentioned it already, but visit those thrift and those vintage stores. Explore thrift shops and vintage stores for unique and affordable Hollywood-inspired pieces. Now, I've shared some great channels with you that I follow here on YouTube. There's one where I think you'll have a lot of fun watching her channel. Her name is Glamour Ellen. Now, she does a lot of tablescapes. Her home is absolutely beautiful. She shares a lot of tips with us about her home, but she is a thrifter. She goes out and finds all sorts of vintage pieces, and again, she'll be able to show you how to go into those thrift shops and those vintage stores and find what you're looking for. Now, another channel I want to recommend to you is Thrift Queen. Now, she is, her name says it all, right? But she is another channel that you may want to visit and follow if you want some tips on how to thrift some of these pieces and really what to look for in the thrift shops and in the vintage stores. So I'll link both of their channels in the description box, and I hope you'll go and visit both of them today. Now, DIY art, create your own art pieces. And you know what? You can do that inexpensively with materials like metallic paints, and canvas to add a personal touch to your decor. Now, if you're looking for some ideas to just do some general DIYs, I've mentioned to you that I have a DIY channel. It's DIY designed by CCW. There you'll see a lot of the DIYs. I've done artwork, but I focus a little bit more on those decorative accents. So maybe you'll find some ideas there. And I'm gonna leave a couple of other channels down in the description box that I hope that you will go and visit, that really are some great DIY channels. And hopefully one is, I was trying to think of it, Petal. Her name is Petal is Bless DIY. Please go and visit her. You'll absolutely love her channel as well. And I'll link her channel in the description box. And now, last tip, accent pillows. Invest in some luxurious accent pillows, something maybe with velvet or some sort of metallic looking cover that can instantly glam up your sofa or your bed. And you can do that very inexpensively. Now, if you already have some pillows that you've invested in, try going on Amazon and ordering pillow covers. Just a great way to add that touch to your home. Now, additionally, maybe you've already invested in furniture and you don't want to go out and buy new furniture. If you think about it, if you can, try reupholstering your pieces. There's a lot of DIY videos out there about how to do that, or simply change out the legs. Maybe swap out those wooden legs with acrylic legs. You can find them very inexpensively on Amazon. And I do have some in my Amazon shop if you're looking for a place to locate them. But again, all inexpensive tips and ideas to help you do the look or create the look that you're hoping to achieve without breaking the bank. So let's talk a little bit more and a little bit more detail about blending modern glam and Hollywood glam decor, because blending these two styles can really help you to create a luxurious and sophisticated interior that reflects both contemporary elegance and the opulence of classic Hollywood style. So here are a few tips and ideas from some of the design experts to help you achieve this fusion. Tip number one, we touched on this already, it's your color palette. Now, combine a neutral base, as we mentioned, with bold metallic accents. Now, those neutral base colors can be shades like cream, beige, or gray. They all work well as your backdrop, while gold and silver and mirrored surfaces add that touch of Hollywood glamour. Now, to bring in those bold colors like your jewel tones, you want to introduce pops of color through accessories like throw pillows or artwork. Bring in some luxurious fabrics. That would be tip number 2. Now, we talk about the fabrics almost every week, but you want to incorporate plush fabrics like your velvet, your silk, and even faux fur to give your room or your space that extravagant and comfortable ambiance. Now, these textiles really work well with both the modern and the classic glam style, such as what you would find in the Hollywood glam decor. Furniture selection. We touched on this a little bit, but you want to choose sleek and modern furniture with clean lines for a contemporary touch, and then merge it with a few Hollywood glam elements like tufted sofas, maybe a couple of vintage inspired pieces, something with a little bit more intricate detail, and then opt for statement furniture pieces to help create those focal points that you're going to need in your space to anchor your space. Now, we've talked about mirrored surfaces. Now, the mirrors, they're a staple in Hollywood glam as well as modern glam. They not only add a sense of space, but also amplify the glamorous atmosphere. So bring in those mirrors, and you can do that with mirrored furniture, as mentioned, wall mirrors, maybe wall mirrors with ornate frames, or maybe some mirrored accent pieces, as I mentioned, such as vases and decorative trays, things like that. Now, we want to make sure to look at the lighting fixtures. Elegant lighting really plays a crucial role in both of these styles. Crystal chandeliers or modern pendant lights with glamorous accents can really be central features for both of these design styles and can really help you to blend the two styles seamlessly. Maybe think about incorporating dimmer switches to adjust the ambiance according to the mood. And also you may want to think about the natural light in the space. So dimmer switches are great for adjusting the light and bringing the light into the space the way you need it. Now, we can't forget about our art and our wall decor. So we've talked about mirrors, but you also want to adorn your walls with classic Hollywood movie posters, or maybe black and white celebrity photographs would work to bring in some of that Hollywood glam. Or maybe an artwork piece depicting some sort of iconic film scene would work. Then mix these with your modern art pieces to strike that perfect balance. Now, we've touched on this a little bit already, but you want to bring in those glamorous accessories. So accessorize with luxurious items like decorative trays, bejeweled photo frames, maybe vintage style perfume bottles. Also incorporate Hollywood elements like old film reels maybe, or vintage cameras, or a small Hollywood star Walk of Fame kind of photo, or a photo of the Walk of Fame. Just ways, kind of think outside the box and come up with some ways to blend these two styles. And if you're a DIYer, you can be creative and create a lot of these things yourself on a budget. Now, statement rugs are important. A plush area rug with an intricate design can tie the room together while adding texture and comfort. So you want to look for rugs that add a touch of glamour, but also have patterns maybe, with metallic accents, or maybe a bold color scheme. Anything that will tie that room together and add that splash of luxury and sophistication that you're looking for your space. Now, drapery and curtains are critical. Now, you want to go floor to ceiling on your curtains. You really should do that anyway. At least that's what most of the design experts say. Floor to ceiling curtains in lavish fabrics can really evoke both the modern and the Hollywood glam style that we're hoping to achieve. Choose mirror materials like the silk, or opt for maybe dramatic draping styles that will add a touch of opulence to your room. If you're looking for inspiration, I always say go to Pinterest. You will find some great ideas on Pinterest if you're looking for some ideas to come up with the perfect drapery. But again, you have to consider your space, and also the cost, because floor to ceiling draperies do cost a little bit more. But I've found beautiful draperies in places like Home Goods. I mean, if you look, you'll find, and take the time rather, you'll find what you're looking for. Now, you still need an entertainment center. So create an entertainment center that combines your modern technology with that classic charm. You can incorporate maybe a sleek flat screen TV into an elegant media console, or even into a vintage inspired cabinet, just to blend the two styles. And remember, the key to blending the two styles is really finding a harmonious balance between the contemporary elements and the classic Hollywood glam details. But most of all, you also want to choose quality pieces that resonate with your personal style and your preferences. And that way your home will exude a seamless fusion of modern glam and Hollywood glamour. All right, now there you have it. That wraps up our episode on Hollywood glam interior design for a modern glam home. I hope that I've given you some tips that you can use and that you can implement right away. And whether you're a fan of classic Hollywood style or the classic Hollywood era, or simply drawn to the allure of glamour, I really believe that this style can help you to transform your home into a captivating space that exudes sophistication and charm. Again, just remember, it's all about infusing a touch of luxury into your everyday life. Now, again, I thank you so much for those of you that have been following this podcast. It truly means a lot to me. If you haven't done so already, I hope that you will decide to subscribe today so that you can stay up to date. Make sure you turn on your notifications so that you'll be notified every time a new episode is uploaded. Now, I'm looking for some direction from you guys. Leave me a comment. Are there some episodes that you'd like me to cover, or rather some topics that you'd like me to cover in a future episode? Or are there some things you'd like me to do differently on the podcast? Let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback, be it good, be it indifferent, or be it, hey, I hate the podcast. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear from you. Now, make sure you visit the modernglamhome.com website, also the blog, which is DIYglamdecor.com, and I've left links to all of the YouTube channels. I have 4 other channels that you may find interesting, and I'll make sure to link to the channels that I mentioned, such as Glamour Ellen, Thrift Queen, and Petal is Blessed DIY. So thanks again for tuning in. And like I say at the end of every episode, I can't wait to talk to you again in the next episode of the Modern Glam Home Podcast. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful, or listening rather, and have a wonderful day or a wonderful night. Bye-bye.